Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing Batman Year 1. So yeah, spoiler warning for those who haven't read it yet, either the graphic novels or the 4 issues this is based on, or it has in the story arc, um, which it should say here somewhere in the back, Batman 404 through 407, from the Year 1 series. Here's a quick view for those who want to know a little bit of how, if you guys have the single issues, how they may look like. So yeah, Batman Year 1. As I said before, spoiler warning, 10 seconds as usual for those who haven't read either the issues or the graphic novel yet. So yeah, 10 seconds starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So you guys haven't read Batman Year 1, either the graphic novel or the single issues or whatever the case may be. I recommend you guys buy preferably the graphic novel, but you could buy the issues as well, but preferably the graphic novel. You go buy the story arc at the very least, and read it, and then come back here and watch this video because this may contain spoilers. So as usual. Oh yeah, and also don't comment down in the description below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning because I did. Okay, now starting as usual. This review will contain a quick synopsis, the likes and dislikes, and then the rate starting now. So yeah, basically, despite saying Batman Year 1, Batman Year 1. Most of this story arc actually focuses around Commissioner Gordon and his struggles, him having his love affair. There's parts of it, having his love affair and his love life, with his marriage, and his kid or child, yeah, um, and him trying to go through the ranks of Gotham police, him ranking up. So for the most part, this is actually more Commissioner Gordon, but you do have Batman's more towards the middle and the end. I think more towards the second half. You have Batman, and it does give you a quick backstory of Batman. The usual. His parents were, it was a mugging gone wrong. His parents ended up dying. He turns into Batman when he's like in his 30s, and you know how the story goes. Here, you have Batman more on the side, which is kind of unusual, but it is a bit nice, I guess. Commissioner Gordon kind of, wondering if Bruce Wayne may possibly be Batman, and it turns out that at the end of the story arc, he realizes who Batman is, Bruce Wayne. You also have also kind of a side plot with Catwoman. Her name here, I don't know if that's her name's always been this because I'm not a huge follower of Catwoman, but her name in this graphic novel is Selina. She has this little younger girl, I guess like her sidekick or something, which I don't remember her name. But it's like her and her, well, more her and her sidekicks kind of like does the operative, not operatives, but she gets the information from the news or the internet, whatever the case may be. Trying to find investigation, trying to inform Catwoman of these crimes that are going on more with Batman than who Catwoman may be robbing or whatever the case may be. So you also do get kind of a side plot with Catwoman, which is also pretty cool. So yeah. So as I said before, this story mostly focuses more on Commissioner Gordon, which is pretty unusual in my opinion for what I know from Batman. I mean, I did know before reading this that I will get a little bit more or know a little bit more about Commissioner Gordon, but the way they did it and the amount of information we get from off Commissioner Gordon, such as character development, kind of surprised me and took me aback. But I really do like the way they portrayed him in this story arc. I'm not sure if this is his first appearance. I'm pretty sure he's been around a bit longer, but I think this is the most up to that point. The most character development.
It's 10 o'clock.
Sorry about that. That's my computer. The most character development he's had, and up to like whatever point, up to like whenever this was published, which was like I think the late 80s. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And you have him struggling with his kind of with his relationship. He's kind of having an on and off affair with his wife, and then on the side he has I forgot her name. I think her name was like Emma or something like that. I'm trying to find the page, but it does have a pretty cool aspect. Seeing more of Commissioner Gordon. In the first half of Commissioner, I mean, for the most part, most of the character development comes more from his love life, his marriage and whatever his family life, but also you get the other side of his life, which is the like his work, his job, being a commissioner. So you do also get a little bit of that. So and also I really don't blame him for cheating because it does kind of seem like one of his coworkers was also, was trying to get in with his wife or whatever the case may be. So that was pretty cool. And there were some tense moments. I think two of the most tense moments was one that involves Batman, which he's in this building that gets kind of bombed and gets set aflames on fire, and he's trying to escape because you have the SWAT team and whatever, and he eventually does escape, but that was a pretty tense sequence, and I think it took it was mostly for the set. I think that was mostly the second half of the second issue of the story arc. So yeah, there's also this one tense moment which I actually really want to find where Commissioner Gordon he's going against these bad guys, right? And one of the bad guys kind of kidnaps his baby, and he eventually gets up to this bridge, and he's basically fighting against this one guy for his baby, and it's a very tense moment. I'm trying to find the exact page here. So yeah, this guy gets out of his car. He has the baby. You know, Commissioner. He's right there trying to fight the guy. The guy's trying to stab him. Yeah, and the guy had the baby with the other hand, and he drops the baby. I don't know if you can see it there, but that was a pretty tense moment. And then you just see the guy. Well, I think it was more Commissioner Gordon who jumped jumped, and I guess he knocked the bad guy down. And you see he rescues his baby, and that was very tense. And here he has it's whining, and that was honestly one of the tensest moments in this whole story arc. Um, yeah. I mean, I kind of wish this image right here was more of a splash page, and also this image right here were both splash pages. I don't think they did that back then, so I don't know what the case is. But I kind of do wish those were splash pages. But that's still a pretty cool scene. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, this does revolve around Commissioner Gordon, and the way they just portrayed him was amazing. With the character development, I mean, I did get to see a side I've never actually seen of him. Um, so that's pretty cool. I mean, Batman, he's also in there, but he's more of a secondary character in this story arc. So that is also kind of interesting, and whatever. I mean, I do kind of wish it would have expanded a little bit more on his origins. I mean, granted, we already know what it is, but I does. I mean, for example, let's say I'm a first time reader and I read this. I mean, I would feel something left to be desired out of the origins, and yeah. And as for Catwoman, well, she's just there. I mean, she really doesn't do much for the plot. I mean, she's more like an extra, so whatever. So yeah, that's all I really have to do. Besides, the art in this is pretty well done, pretty amazing. For example, here, I'm just flipping the pages, but here, or here, the blonde chick right there, that's the woman, Commissioner Gordon was kind of cheating on with his wife. Um, so yeah, I mean, you do have some pretty interesting moments. The art here is pretty well done. I mean, here, this is a pretty cool scene. You have with these bats right after I think the building got caught on fire, and these bats come out of not nowhere, but these bats come in. They're basically like just flying, and everybody's scared, and that's pretty cool scene too. I mean, this graphic novel is pretty cool too. I mean, you also do have a few concept arts and whatnot. I mean, here concept arts and concept writing, I guess what you could say. I mean, that's I guess kind of a bonus. Whatever. But really, I'm only basing this off the story arc itself, so that's a pretty cool detail, I guess, to have. But whatever. So I mean, really, the only thing I really don't, the only really thing I could complain about is Catwoman. She's just there. She's an extra. Whatever. Then Batman, his role in this does have something left to be desired, but for the most part, it is for the time he's in it and for the parts we see him, it is pretty good and decent. As for Commissioner Gordon, well, he was in the forefront for most of this story arc, so that's pretty interesting and pretty cool to see. And yeah, now on a rate on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, it's just so well done. I mean, I think the thing I like the most is the fact that we get to see more of Commissioner Gordon. But Catwoman, whatever. I could care less. And well, at least in the comics, um, in the movies, for the most part, she's usually good. Well, except for that one Catwoman movie, and was it? And I believe was it Reese Witherspoon's in the Batman trilogy. No, not Reese Witherspoon's, but Catwoman in the '80s was better. Well, '80s movies were better than she's been portrayed lately. But here, whatever. But for the most part, yeah, that's basically it for Catwoman. Not really gonna go ramble off much on her. So 8.5 out of 10 is what I would give this graphic novel. So yeah, so now in the comments below, if you've read this graphic novel, Batman Year One, what are your thoughts on Batman? What are your thoughts on Commissioner Gordon getting more character development in the story arc? Do you like the idea or do you not? And do you think this should be turned into a movie, the story arc? I mean, I think there could be certain concepts of the story arc that could be turned into a movie, but not the whole thing. But certain concepts, mostly the Commissioner Gordon, a bit of the Commissioner Gordon background, and character development. But I mean, he was still portrayed very well done by Gary Oldman in the movies. But he still need, I think, a little bit more character development. But whatever. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Remember to comment below on your thoughts on Batman Year One, and do you think it should be turned into a movie? And besides that, remember to subscribe. I also do other graphic novel reviews. I also review comic books, TV shows, and movies. So definitely stay tuned for that. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.